Right now at 5, why the Joplin School Board opposes a state bill aimed at increasing teacher pay and changing school funding.
And we're starting to see a few pop-up showers out there, more scattered showers than thunderstorms for our Thursday. We'll take a look at that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
Plus, it's National Foster Care Month. We'll hear how a Joplin organization is making the system easier on kids.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5 a.m. I'm Elise Noe.
I'm Chris Warner. So yesterday, in a sense, we kind of dodged a bullet with thunderstorms. So the storms during the morning that kept recycling just west of our viewing area kind of overturned the atmosphere here. And so we've got thunderstorms up in Nebraska. In fact, they weren't even anticipating any kind of severe weather up there. They've had to deal with it up there and to our south, and it really just split around us because those thunderstorms along the 35 and 135 corridor just really overworked the atmosphere where we didn't get much of anything yesterday. However, we've had time to recover because we didn't see anything yesterday. It warmed up, it got sunny, and this morning we've got a few stray showers and a couple of thunderstorms out there, but this is what I'm talking about. So this complex of thunderstorms up here, if we look at the past radar data compared to computer models, that's actually relatively similar to what was expected a little further south. But we just got that atmosphere worked over, didn't really get much of anything. But we've got more showers and storms. This will all start to fill in. And as mentioned, we're starting to see a few developing here right now. And we'll keep an eye on them because there's that possibility of a strong storm or two. Now, all hazards are possible with these storms, but the strong to severe thunderstorm risk is relatively low at this point. We're sitting at 70 in Joplin, 70 in Pittsburgh. So when I woke up, I checked the temperature because I want to judge if I really need a coat or not. Didn't need one, and we are considerably warmer this morning than where we were yesterday morning as well. We've got upper 60s and low 70s as we get the day started here in the 4 states. So kids getting on the bus. Again, as you show on the Skywatch Storm Tracker, there's a few isolated showers out there now. I think most of us will be cloudy. We're looking at about 66, south breeze 15 to 20, gusting to 25, but some of you may see a few showers as the kids get on the bus. Then, by the time they get home, scattered thunderstorms across the area. We're going to be about the low 70s, south breeze 10 to 20, gusting to 30 out there. So we're going to have to contend with that. Scattered thunderstorms throughout the day. Now, because there will be some pauses, these are scattered storms. Some of us may get a little warmer than this, but I think on average, we're looking at highs in the low to mid 70s. But again, depending on how long of a pause you get and when that happens during the day, you may be a little warmer than the low to mid 70s out there. But otherwise, these thunderstorms are not going to just die out. We're going to see them throughout the day. We'll take another full look at your forecast and break down the upcoming weekend here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, 2 Ottawa County, Oklahoma jail inmates are sentenced for setting a fire inside the jail. Court documents say it happened on December 23rd. Authorities say 30-year-old Justin Gehring and 23-year-old Tyler Tavis set the fire inside the jail. Both pleaded guilty to damage by fire of property owned by an institution receiving federal funding. Both are sentenced to 5 years in prison and 1 year of supervised release. The Oklahoma Department of Transportation says it is monitoring a logjam on the Neosho River at Twin Bridges State Park, but isn't closing the bridge just yet. A news release from ODOT, the Highway 60 bridge can withstand a building of drift much larger than the current logjam and found it isn't structurally in danger. They say they are working with the GRDA and BNSF Railroad to come up with a plan to remedy the jam, but must wait until water levels subside. The Joplin School Board members are urging Missouri Governor Mike Parson to veto a bill that would raise teacher salaries and change how state aid to schools is calculated. The Missouri House passed the bill with a vote of 82 to 69, the bare minimum needed for approval. Supporters of the bill saying it's good for schools and teachers. However, members of the Joplin School Board believe otherwise.
We know that there's not an unlimited amount of money in Jefferson City, and we do not want the foundation formula or the transportation funding formula to be negatively impacted, which are currently fully funded. And we believe that this could potentially, SB 727 could potentially take funding from those crucial funding sources.
The Missouri National Education Association also opposes the bill, arguing it would funnel resources from public schools to private schools. Well, May is National Foster Care Month. In Joplin, Foster Adopt Connect aims at keeping kids out of foster care and supporting foster families. Over the last 2 years, the nonprofit has assisted more than 700 families in 9 counties with clothing, food, and other programs.
My wife and I started fostering after our first daughter was born, and so really we had the conversation about how do we parent, how do we raise this child to be giving and loving and kind and generous and all of the things that you want your children to be. And we decided that we would open our home.
We come to work, but a lot of what we do doesn't really feel like work because we're coming in alongside families in challenging times, and we get to help them along the way and see them on the other side a lot of times, in a whole different light, and it's a really cool thing.
According to the organization, Jasper County has almost 400 kids in foster care. Foster Adopt Connect supports not only foster families, but also other members of the community. For more information on how to help and their upcoming events, go to our website at koamnewsnow.com. Roper Kia in Joplin yesterday hosted its annual toy drive to benefit the Children's Center in Joplin. The dealership also presented a check for $9,000. The event marks the end of Child Abuse Awareness Month, and every year the dealership partners with the Children's Center, who works directly with victims of abuse.
For our community, that we had to help them do something with April being Child Abuse Awareness Month, and them doing what they do to help kids that have been through some sort of violent or threatening issue. They come alongside and they help those kids and those families get through what they need to get through.
The event also featured a drawing to win a car service package. Roper Kia has hosted this event for 11 years. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News, Missouri Southern softball begins play at the 2024 MIAA tournament yesterday afternoon. We'll have the details. Plus, protesters march on May Day for better working conditions and pay in Paris. And we're tracking thunderstorms. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back.
This year's Fast and Furious. With a big story to tell.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. As we begin the month of May, several student athletes at Pittsburgh, Joplin, and Girard high schools signing national letters of intent yesterday. Pittsburgh High School yesterday afternoon, 4 Purple Dragons signing to compete at the next level. Avery Harrison and Lisette Allen both signed with Pittsburgh State, where they'll continue their dance career. Austin Jasso signs with Benedictine College for wrestling, and Hannah Brown signs with Iowa Central Community College to wrestle as well.
My journey with wrestling has been really hard. I definitely had moments of giving up, but I stuck with it because I wanted to get better, and I did.
I was really glad I finally got to do this because I've seen a lot of my peers do this, and one of my senior dancers my sophomore year did it, and I was really excited to watch it, and I was like, I want to do that someday, and it was really fun to see it happen and do it myself.
Being a leader is very important to me, and I've just tried to be kind to others, be a leader, be someone that everyone looks up to, and I think that I have achieved that, and it makes me really feel very good.
And I'm probably the first person from Pitt to do wrestling at Benedictine. It's a real big opportunity, very excited, but it's not possible without the people that I've had support me, my family, my friends, my coaches. They kind of made it all possible.
Meanwhile, at Joplin High School, 4 Eagles signing letters of intent. Jet Beal commits to Arkansas Baptist football. Caden Taylor-Wise and Jonathan Williams both signing with William Jewell to play football as well. And Abigail Eckert commits to Southwestern College for track and field.
William Jewell I definitely got that home feel aspect of it, and then along with the great education and then even better football up there. So I'm really excited for this next chapter.
I enjoy working out now, and just being at the next level will really make it working out even more fun.
Initially, I wanted to go to Southwestern because both of my parents went there, so it was always like my top school. And I've taken many visits there, and the feel of community is really strong there. It's a pretty small school, but everyone knows each other, and the relationships with the professors is really special.
Ultimately, I chose to commit to Arkansas Baptist just because it felt like a true family. I'm Baptist myself, so that also kind of persuaded the way. It really showed me what it's like to be able to care for everybody and compete against each other under God.
Over at Girard High School, another signing taking place yesterday afternoon. Trojan senior Kara Pope signs her letter of intent in front of friends and family. Pope commits to Baker University in Baldwin City to continue her wrestling career. Pope says she's excited about furthering both her athletic and academic careers.
Their program, it's been around for a couple of years now. They have a really good coach, Kit Harris. He was the Baldwin High School coach for a while, and they won the state title a couple years back. So there's a lot of good foundation there that can help me become an even better wrestler than I am right now.
The MIAA softball tournament began yesterday afternoon in Edmond, Oklahoma. Pittsburgh State gets the day off because of a bye, but the Gorillas are hungry to make noise in the postseason.
I feel like we're hungry. We still want to win. We have a lot of competitors on this team, and I just think the mindset going into this tournament hasn't changed from the rest of the year, just wanting to win and fighting every day to win.
We've worked really, really hard, and we set a lot of goals, and we're out there accomplishing them. And so I'm just really proud of the resilience this team has shown and the grit and the fight and just shattering expectations, and I'm just enjoying the ride.
Missouri Southern softball, meanwhile, plays in the first round yesterday afternoon in the 8-9 matchup against Central Missouri, and the Lions win 3-2. They advance to the quarterfinals against the number 1 seed, Rogers State, later today. Well, still to come, we're going to see why a new study finds feelings of anger adversely affect blood vessel health. Plus, we got another check of that 7-day forecast with the KOAM Morning News returns.
Promises is coming to Joplin Little Theater. Call the office or visit our website to get your tickets.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 5:17 now on this Thursday morning. Got a few isolated showers, a couple of little thunderstorms starting to work into the area. In fact, if we had a little more time, I'd go through all the cameras, but it is raining at 7th and Rangeliner. It was on our camera there, but our Cornell camera is still dry. That's how isolated these showers are for the moment, but we're going to see additional shower and thunderstorm activity develop as we head through the morning hours across the area. And the storms we were expecting yesterday, as you recall, we had that complex that just kept redeveloping and dying like it had hit a brick wall, overworked the atmosphere, and they ended up getting strong to severe thunderstorms much further north than was originally expected yesterday. And they still got the stronger storms to the south, but those storms yesterday just left this big open gap across southern Kansas, which is why we really didn't see anything yesterday. Now, we do have a low-end risk for some strong to low-grade severe thunderstorms. There is a low tornado threat across parts of the area, and then a low hail and wind risk across the entire area. Again, this overall risk is relatively low, but there could be stronger to, again, low-grade severe thunderstorms out there as we go through the day. So showers and thunderstorms will continue to be heading out through the morning. They're going to be scattered, so again, there will be pauses here and there. It may be raining, down the road, but not necessarily where you are. And this shower and thunderstorm activity will continue through the afternoon. There's a little bit of a pause in the evening, and we're expecting a little more shower and thunderstorm activity overnight. But as we head towards sunrise, things will begin to clear out. We're going to start mostly cloudy for our Friday, and then we'll have partly to mostly cloudy skies heading through the day. Not a bad Friday. Clearing out completely by the evening. That's going to allow us to be a little bit warmer because the clouds and rain today are going to keep us a little cooler, closer to average, but a little cooler than where we have been. Then as we head into early Saturday morning, we've got additional showers and thunderstorms that are going to be working their way into our area as we head through the first half of our Saturday out there. So we'll keep an eye on those. At this point, no severe weather expected from that, but we will keep an eye on it. All right, so here it is, raining at 7th and Rangeline. And again, was not raining at the last check on our camera in downtown Joplin, but more showers on the way. 70 south-southeast breeze at about 9. Around the area, much warmer this morning than where we were yesterday. Keep in mind, our average highs are in about the low to mid 70s right now, and we are already in the upper 60s and low 70s this morning. However, the clouds and rain are going to stop these temperatures from moving too much. Now, some of you, if you have longer pauses in between showers and storms, or maybe the clouds thin out just enough, you may be a little warmer than your neighbors today as well. This is one of those days where there's a lot of variables into what your actual high temperature will be. But we're going to have those scattered showers and storms, gusty south winds pushing about 30 miles an hour, and around the upper 60s, low 70s by late morning. So on average, I believe most of us are going to see highs low to mid 70s out there. But again, if you get some thinner clouds in between storms and shower activity, you may go a little warmer into the upper 70s across the area. So don't be surprised if you're a pinch warmer than that 74. Heading into the evening, scattered showers, thunderstorms continue into the evening, briefly into the early overnight hours, and then they'll start to clear out as we head toward tomorrow morning, falling back into the 60s out there. And as we go into our Friday, again, not a bad day, upper 70s, more showers and storms as we head into the weekend and the first half of next week. We're keeping our eye on the possibility of some strong, possibly severe thunderstorms Monday into Tuesday across the area, so we'll keep a close eye on that for you. About average through the weekend as we head into next week, not looking too bad. We got a nice day on Wednesday, a few more showers and storms possible Thursday and Friday, and by next weekend, hoping to clear out a little bit and see a little more sunshine and a little less rain. I know we need the rain, but we've been getting a little too much and too quick a time here lately. That's Check Your Forecast. We're back with Health Watch right after this.
What if you could whiten your teeth by...
Study finds feelings of anger adversely affect blood vessel health. Researchers divided nearly 300 participants and gave them a task that made them recall feelings of anger, sadness, anxiety, or neutrality for 8 minutes. In the randomized trial, before and several times after the task, measures of their vascular health were taken. Sadness and anxiety tasks didn't show a significant change in those markers compared with the neutral task, but anger did. Researchers observed 3 major ways anger impacted blood vessel health. It made it harder for blood vessels to dilate in response to a restriction. It affected cellular markers of injury and their ability to repair themselves. And after the 8-minute task meant to induce anger, the impacts on blood vessels were seen for up to 40 minutes. A Missouri family says that they desperately need help after their newborn twins were diagnosed with a rare condition, and their insurance won't pay for treatment. The one-time treatment cost up to $2.5 million, and without it, the twins are unlikely to live past the age of 2. Dennis Evans has their story.
It's graduation day for Eli and Easton Reed.
Oh my gosh, the boys both get to come home today.
After a month at the NICU at St. Luke's Hospital, the twins, they're finally heading home.
We're extremely excited to go home and snuggle with them.
But this is just the next step in their journey. The boys are in desperate need of treatment for a rare spinal condition called SMA.
They lose the ability to breathe because their diaphragm loses that muscle control.
The family says their employer's health insurance changed right after the twins were born, so now their life-saving treatment is not being covered.
We asked them to appeal it, and they denied that.
The family continues to search for help and hope that the twins,
Mr. Eli, I feel like he kind of has more my nose,
will get the treatment that they need. The parents are pursuing every option they can and are committed to doing whatever it takes to save the lives of their boys.
I'm holding my heart in my hands, and just the fact that their life is in somebody else's hands, whether it be they get this treatment or they don't, you know, and that's somebody else's choice, and it's just hard to cope with that right now.
The family has started a GoFundMe to help pay for the medication and intensive care expenses. You can search for it under Eli and Easton Reed. So far, they have raised nearly $300,000 to go toward their expected multi-million-dollar medical expenses. And that's a look at some of today's top health stories. You're watching the KOAM Morning News.
And we've got a few scattered showers, even a couple of thunderstorms out there as we get the day underway. More of those on the way. We'll have another look at your forecast when the KOAM Morning News returns.
Right now at 5:30, we'll look at aging roads and bridges in our area and the efforts to maintain their safety.
Hi there, and we've got scattered showers and thunderstorms possible for us on our Thursday. We're going to take a look at that forecast, get you out the door, coming up.
Plus, hundreds of administrators, teachers, and school board members gather for the 25th annual celebration of schools.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5:29. I'm Elise Snowy.
I'm Chris Warner. We're throwing in a little green because, well, that's the color of rain on the radar, and that is what we're starting to see roll into the area.
Yes.
It's Thursday. It's
Yes,
almost
it is.
Friday.
It's
We're
almost
about
Friday.
to make it.
It kind of feels like Friday.
I'm telling
today,
you, it's been a week for sure. I took last week off, and boy, when you go back, that first week back is the longest week ever when you take time off, and that's the drawback to vacation. But it's all right. We got some scattered thunderstorms today, and we got pretty lucky yesterday too, where we ultimately did not see any thunderstorm activity in our area because those thunderstorms out west we were watching in the morning just kind of killed out the possibility of storms developing. So they actually ended up getting a relatively similar set of storms up in Nebraska, now moving to western Iowa. And that's the complex that was initially on the future track models looking to develop near us. So it stayed up to our north, to our south. Not the case today. MoDOT camera 32nd in range line. You can see the roads are wet. We've had a little light shower out there. Starting to get some more intense rain and some thunderstorm activity. You can see some lightning out there. This is now into northeastern Oklahoma and into Newton and McDonald counties. So just getting into the southern edges of Jasper County out there. So here's that complex. Now originally there wasn't much of a severe threat across parts of Nebraska and into western Iowa yesterday. But again, those thunderstorms yesterday just killed it. And so we had showers to the north, showers to the south, nothing in the middle. But again, we're starting to fill in today. Right now in Joplin, we are sitting at 70. Got some light showers out there. 70 in Pittsburgh as well. So we're much warmer this morning than where we were yesterday. We've got temperatures this morning, upper 60s, low 70s. For most of us, though, these temperatures aren't going to move much through the morning. So a few scattered showers and storms as the kids get on the bus. About 66, south breeze gusting to 25. And winds will pick up a bit, gusting to 30 out of the south. More scattered showers and storms through the day, and about 72 when the kids get home. So again, since these are scattered, some of you may see longer breaks between the storms, may even see a little more sunshine. So on the average, we're looking at highs low to mid 70s. Some of you may make the upper 70s out there. And again, we'll deal with these scattered showers and storms throughout the day today. We'll have another full look at your forecast, including the weekend and storm chances that continue to hang around with us here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, we'll see you soon, Chris. Well, after the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, concerns over the structural integrity of aging bridges moved to the state and local levels. KOAM's Tanya Bach sat down with county road and bridge superintendents in both Kansas and Missouri to see where they stand.
We have the most storm water drain off in the entire state in Cherokee County. I believe it has to do with the two rivers. We're in the very corner.
Cody Zook is referring to the Neosho and Spring Rivers and all of their creeks and tributaries that call for hundreds of culverts and 234 county-maintained bridges. The Cherokee County Road and Bridge Superintendent says each of those bridges is inspected yearly.
Our department goes on those bridge inspections. Whatever they tell us needs addressed first, those are the ones that get addressed first.
Like replacing the 1935 Brush Creek Bridge on East Country Road just past the Cherokee County Jail.
It had a safety issue. It was misaligned and it was structurally getting unsound.
According to the Kansas National Bridge Inventory, in 2022, inspectors marked 17 of Cherokee County's county-maintained bridges as poor. Inspection records reveal similar numbers for neighboring counties in southeast Kansas, with Bourbon County slightly higher. It has 31 listed in poor condition.
It gets more traffic, so that's how we try to run it.
Zook says his goal is to address one bridge every year, and most of the time it's an 80-20 split, with KDOT paying 80% and the county the rest.
I think they call it Old Swift.
Across the state line in Jasper County, 40 bridges are in need of attention. I met Jasper County Highway Department Superintendent Bob Burris in Surcoxie, where he says engineers are developing a plan to replace the Joplin Street Bridge. In the meantime, he's keeping his crew focused on the 560 miles of road the county maintains.
We have a lot of ag and agricultural activities in Jasper County. We have dairy farms and turkey farms, and those folks still need to come and go and get out of there.
Aside from Mother Nature, Burris says the cost of materials is one of his biggest challenges.
We've gone from approximately $50 a ton for asphalt pre-COVID to now it's $60+ a ton.
Zook says he can relate. He's in charge of maintaining 1,300 miles in his county, 301 that are paved.
I met a guy that had 7 in his county, and I was so jealous because all of ours are failing and they didn't have a plan, and we're trying to build a plan.
Part of that plan includes maintaining the highest traveled road that the county is responsible for, Old 96, from 69 Highway to the Missouri state line where MoDOT takes over. The Kansas portion of the highway has 4 bridges, including this 90-year-old one. Inspection reports show more than 2,500 vehicles drive over it every day.
I feel that we are right on track to where we need to be. We are in a growing phase, I would say. We have a lot of stuff to do, but if citizens just bear with us, we'll make it through. I'm not a person that believes in higher taxes to get the job done. So,
reporting in the 4 states, Tanya Bach, KOAM News.
Cherokee County spent $3.6 million maintaining its roads and bridges. $1.75 million went to road and bridge maintenance, while $425,000 was spent on construction costs, including roads and culverts. High school students in Carthage got to show off their hard work yesterday at the Project Lead the Way Senior Showcase. The event is a celebration of the designs and innovations of engineering and biomedical students. One educator says it could also help give students valuable insight as they look ahead to their careers.
I think just the passion that they have, and hopefully they have either found that this is a field they want to go into, or maybe they have found that they don't want to. And that's okay, because they've saved some money by identifying that early on. But just the skills, like I said, and the ability to communicate and articulate those things is pretty awesome to see.
The students were able to showcase their designs with a model, prototype, or schematic and create a marketing plan to pitch their product to potential investors. More than 400 administrators, teachers, and board members from 41 area schools met up in Webb City for a celebration of schools. The Southwest Center hosted the celebration, which featured awards including the Southwest Center Trailblazer Award, Teachers of the Year, and Making Learning Come Alive Awards.
Tonight is a great night. It's a unique opportunity for this area. We have 23 schools coming together, and we're going to celebrate all the great going on in them.
It was 26 years in the making to win Teacher of the Year. It's a huge, prestigious award for our district, and I was very overwhelmed and very grateful and very humbled because I knew the people that I was in the running with.
This is the Southwest Center's 25th year of hosting this celebration. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Heavy rains continue to hit Nairobi as the city is in the middle of its rainy season. Plus, Secretary of State Antony Blinken pushes for a pause in fighting in an effort to secure the release of the remaining hostages. We'll have the latest. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. Topping World Watch. Heavy rains continue to hit Nairobi as the city in the middle of its rainy season. Flooding in Kenya's capital is shutting down major highways. Landslides and damaged infrastructure has affected Kenya since mid-March as heavy rains devastate the country. Nearly 200 people have died as a result of the weather. Rescue operations for nearly 80 people are underway after a river broke through a tunnel, wiping out houses and roads in its way. Protesters march on May Day for better working conditions and pay in Paris. Anti-Olympic and pro-Palestinian groups joined the rally led by the country's main unions. Some set fire to a display of the Olympic rings, showing their outrage with the upcoming games. Unions warn if the government does not appropriately compensate those who are forced to work during the summer holidays, they will go on strike. May Day is an international movement observed on May 1st to advocate for workers' rights, and it's often a time to rally for other economic and political grievances. Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. He pushed for a pause in fighting in an effort to secure the release of the remaining hostages being held by Hamas. Jeff Paul is in Tel Aviv in Israel with the latest.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with Israeli leaders, including Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Wednesday. It was his latest push for a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas that would free hostages and bring a pause to the nearly 7 months of fighting.
There is a proposal on the table, and as we've said, no delays, no excuses. The time is now, and the time is now long past due to bring the hostages home to their families.
Thank you, Blinken! Thank you, Biden!
Blinken also met with families of hostages and told them setting their loved ones free is, quote, at the heart of everything we're trying to do.
He was very fair, I must tell. He told us all the problems that they have as United States, and he spoke with everybody, each, and it was fantastic.
Blinken making his 7th visit to the region since the war between Israel and Hamas broke out in October. The secretary is trying to advance a truce and convince Israel to hold off on carrying out a major ground operation in Rafah until it has a plan to manage the estimated more than 1 million Palestinians there. Palestinian prisoners are also expected to be released as part of the deal. Blinken has said Hamas would bear the blame for any failure to get a deal off the ground. Hamas has yet to respond to the latest deal on the table. However, Secretary of State Antony Blinken has pressured them to accept it, calling Israel's offer extraordinarily generous.
Look at some of your biggest headlines from around the world. Stick around, we'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 5:46 now on this Thursday morning, taking a live look from our camera on the Cornell Complex downtown Joplin. We've got a thunderstorm rolling into Joplin now. When it first started, we only had rain on the east side of town. As you can see now, the rain spreading across the area. We're getting a lot of lightning. There you go, with this thunderstorm. It's not strong, nor is it severe, but it is producing quite a bit of lightning. MoDOT camera, 32nd in range line, also showing wet roadways and, of course, on occasion showing those lightning flashes out there. So do be aware of that, especially kids going out to the bus stop this morning. Lightning is dangerous. Lightning is deadly. If you can drive them up there to the bus stop, let them sit in your car. That is probably a safer option. KDOT camera south of Pittsburgh is still dry. Off to your south is where some of these showers and storms are, but all of us will be getting in on this activity as the morning progresses. So take a look. Most of us still dry, but we're seeing these showers and storms develop, and they're almost lifting due north. But take a look at the number of lightning strikes just over the city of Joplin from this thunderstorm. Again, it's not strong, it's not severe, but boy, that lightning would make you start to question that just with how frequent it's been out there. Now, these storms will continue to develop and roll through the area. The storms we were expecting yesterday ended up developing off to our north, where initially they weren't anticipating much in the way of severe weather at all, and that's because of those storms we saw yesterday that just kind of worked over the atmosphere in southern Kansas, and you can see that gap where nothing really managed to get going out there, but that is changing for us today. We do have the possibility of a strong to low-grade severe thunderstorm. All hazards are possible. We do have a low tornado risk out there, primarily in the southeastern Kansas, and we have a low risk for some hail and wind. Again, the overall severe threat is relatively low, but a stronger storm or two will be possible. As we head through the rest of the day, scattered showers and storms out there. Now again, depending on how much of a gap you see in between individual storms, and if you get a little more clearing, you may be a little warmer than your neighbors out there, but we're looking at highs on average about the low to mid 70s, but some upper 70s will be possible. A few lingering showers into the evening, and as we head overnight, maybe a stray storm or two. Otherwise, we'll begin to clear out across the area, and by Friday, we start mostly cloudy, and we'll go partly cloudy into the afternoon. afternoon. By the evening, we are clear, and it'll be early Saturday morning that we'll start to see another round of showers and thunderstorms out there. In fact, here we are at 5 a.m., and there are those showers and thunderstorms. And you see, they move pretty quick. This is a 3-hour gap, but they're rolling right on through, and they will be gone before noon on Saturday. And we'll have continued shower and thunderstorm chances over the next couple of days. Quick look at temperatures around the area. We're sitting at 69 in Joplin, south breeze at 10. We've got that thunderstorm that's kind of parked right over the city as it continues to lift on off to the north. And temperatures around the region, bear in mind our average highs are around the low to mid 70s, and we are in the upper 60s and low 70s. But again, with the shower and thunderstorm activity, cloud cover, a lot of us aren't going to move a lot from these temperatures this morning. In fact, as we go through the morning, you can see with the scattered showers and storms, a gusty south wind pushing about 30. We're looking at temperatures just kind of hovering upper 60s and low 70s. Now tomorrow, again, as we clear out, we're going to be a little warmer, going near 80. Thunderstorm chances return, keeping an eye on the possibility of some strong, maybe severe thunderstorms Monday into Tuesday, so we'll keep a close eye on that for you. Get a break in the activity on Wednesday, and a few more scattered showers and storms by next Thursday and Friday. That's Check Your Forecast. We're back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
In Texas, a 3-year-old boy fighting a rare brain tumor lived out his dreams this week thanks to local police and firefighters. Caroline Vandergriff has more on the toddler's inspiring story.
The Shufflebines knew 2024 was going to be a crazy year. Their youngest child was born in late January.
We have 7 kids now.
And they moved into a new home in Capel a week later. But they never could have imagined what would come next. In the unpacking process, their oldest daughter rediscovered her golf clubs.
And I didn't think much of it, but she didn't put the golf clubs away and the little boys got a hold of them. The 4-year-old Ambrose swung at the golf club and hit the 3-year-old Benedict in the back of the head.
Jeff Shufflebine took Benedict to the clinic to get him checked out.
And what happened next changed our whole world.
Scans found a rare brain tumor that would need to be removed within 48 hours.
It was one of those life-defining moments where everything stops.
Soon, Benny will start radiation and chemotherapy.
We're prayerful, hopeful, faithful.
And before the Shufflebines enter a world of daily sedation and gut-wrenching side effects, they want to make as many good memories as possible.
He's running around, he's happy, he hasn't started treatment, so we're going to celebrate him.
Benny's dream job.
He likes to switch between police officer and firefighter.
And on this day,
y'all come on inside.
He gets to be both. The Capel Police Department made him their honorary chief Monday, a job he took seriously.
Are you a police officer?
While driving the police golf cart.
I'm the bad guy? That makes sense.
I think if we can just give them one great day and one great memory just to make, 1 hour or 1 minute feel a little bit better, then it was well worth it.
The fire department also rolled out the red carpet for Benny with his very own firefighter uniform. But the best part of the VIP tour of the engines and the ambulance came at the end. Everyone got a turn to spray the fire hose.
I feel a little bit overwhelmed by just the support and love of all the people who made this possible. I think a dream come true for everybody in our family.
Proving that even the best jobs are better when you get to do them together.
So to have this moment of joy, I think it's for Benedict. I think it's for us too, that we can look back and see this.
Tests have shown Benedict's tumor is a combination of several different types of cancer. Because it's so rare, it's not clear what the best treatment plan should be. Stick around, we'll be right back.
KOAM News Now.
Well, Bumble is introducing a new feature that allows men to make the first move. The dating app has dubbed the new feature Opening Move. This comes 10 years after the app introduced itself as a new form of dating where women make the first move. The new feature lets women set up a personal prompt to send to all of their matches. The app will also be adding dating intention badges that can be displayed on users' profiles to inform potential matches of their dating goals. Dave & Buster's customers 18 years and older will soon be able to bet on arcade games. The chain is partnering with Lucra, a gamification software company, to launch the feature. Customers will be able to compete with each other and earn rewards that lead to exclusive perks. The new feature will be available at all Dave & Buster's locations across the U.S.
And we've got scattered showers and thunderstorms out there already this morning. They'll continue with us as we go through the morning. Gusty south winds pushing 30 miles an hour on occasion. Shower storms and cloud cover are going to keep us just kind of hovering in the upper 60s and low 70s. As we get into the afternoon, again, these are scattered storms, so in between the breaks, we're looking at highs low to mid 70s. Some of us may see the upper 70s out there, depending on how much of a break you get and if the clouds thin out just a little bit in between these storms. And then as we head into the evening hours, the showers and thunderstorms begin to come to a close. It will be mostly cloudy as we head overnight, falling back to 60. We'll continue to clear out for our Friday. Temperatures warmer back into the upper 70s, and then we'll see more thunderstorms early Saturday morning and more of those continuing all the way through Tuesday. We are keeping our eye on the possibility of some strong, potentially severe thunderstorms Monday into Tuesday, so we'll keep an eye on that for you. Otherwise, highs around 80. Wednesday, get another opportunity to dry out a little bit. A few more shower and thunderstorm chances by Thursday and Friday, and then we might start to clear out a bit by next weekend. That is a check of your forecast. We've got a whole nother hour of the KOAM morning news right after this.
Stream